welcome to another episode of I Take
D.
I'm Joel.
And I'm Carla.
And here we are. This is season 5. And we are 20 years in the making.
Yes.
We are being candid. We are being transparent. This is about our story. And so we are letting you guys in. We're opening the door to our story and how it happened and how did Joel and Carla started. And here we are now, 2022.
That's right.
All right. So if you remember last time, we left off going on a date. We were at Chili's. It was a triple date.
Triple date.
I called it a siblings affair.
Yes.
Because it was my sister, her boyfriend at the time, my brother, his girlfriend, and Carla and I. And that was actually our first date. And so one of the things that we pointed out in the last one was that, and you probably started to notice that it was going kind of fast.
Yeah, our relationship went really fast. And a lot of people, said that it went really fast, and we did too.
Yeah. But we just didn't want to waste each other's time. I don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste my time. And I think very, very early on, we're like, okay, look, if this is going to work out, let's stop wasting our time. Let's ask each other questions.
I think we talked about a little bit in our last episode, so if you haven't watched it, watch that, is how we were just honest with each other about we were not wasting each other's time.
Yeah, we were definitely not. And I actually, I brought a few things because I think it's important that I share. So I have all the letters that Carla sent me, and Carla has all the letters that I sent to her.
Yes.
And I wanted to just read something very quickly because this was, mind you, we met and I called her that cold call that my sister hooked me up with. I called her in January, right? And this is a letter in February. This is a letter, I think February. Well, this was stamped February 24th.
Yes.
So that's important because this was technically like after I had come home and we went on our first date. But what people might not understand is that in between these letters, there were conversations.
A lot of phone calls.
A lot of phone calls. And I'm not talking about like cell phone tags or social media because we're talking 2002. So technically, like, there was no Facebook at that time, and I don't even think MySpace was even available. If people who remember MySpace,
MySpace was available.
probably starting.
But it wasn't like the type of social media that.
Yeah, not like today.
you
And
really
texting
connect
was
with.
not like, it was like one of those flip phones, and by
Yeah.
the time you got your text, it was not even. I didn't even have a cell phone at that time.
Well, actually, and in the military, he was really limited on
That's
how he
true.
could communicate. Too.
That's true. I remember sometimes I would be on duty, which is like, you go on, we call it fire watch, where we technically were like security guards to our own places, and it would be a 24-hour duty. And it was, it could be 2:00 in the morning, and that was my hardest time because I would be falling asleep, and we would be on the phone. So
I was taught to keep him awake.
yeah, that was her chance. And we were just talking about it the other day. It was like, how do you stay awake?
I know, right?
You had to be at work the next day, just like I did too. But just keep in mind that, like, we were very. I think that was actually one of the first signs for us, the fact that we could just be on the phone and just really just have conversations.
Really
We
deep
would ask each other
conversations,
questions
Yes.
and we just really wanted to get to know each other.
Yes, we did.
And so in between those things, I'm thinking about, this is February 24th, stamped February 24th of 2002.
A few days later,
After I returned back to my base. Look what you put. You put, how can love be so real and so hard to understand, but you are real that it's not so hard to understand. You give me sunshine in a cloudy day. I mean, this was already on the 24th of February.
I know. I sound so romantic.
And look at that. So this is actually her MO. Like, she sent me postcards with these two little, like, old school, like, little kids kissing. Very inappropriate for little kids to be kissing. And with, like, a rose and stuff. But it was cool, This is really where we were. We talked about the flowers that I gave you.
The
First flowers, red with the white in the middle.
Yes.
And then I surprised you in your job.
Yes.
And guess what? as we promised, my wife still has them.
Yes, I still keep them.
She still keeps them. She has them in this like little, in this box where she's able to keep those.
I keep telling him he has to be so careful with them.
I
They're
know.
20 years old.
She's like, "Can you please be careful with them?" I'm like, "I'm being careful." And then the other day we were talking about because we went to the movies a lot. At least when I was here.
Yes.
And we were like, what movie was like
Our
coming
first
out? Our
movie.
first movie.
Right, our first date.
And of course, my wife kept the tickets.
Well, he didn't know I kept them.
I did not. And so, for those of you who are from like Connecticut, you are going to go back in time with this one because look where we went. We went to the East Hartford
But tell him
movies.
why. He wanted to know, was it a chick flick? Was what kind of movie it was? I'm so intrigued to find out. Was it an action movie? Like, I just want to know. And I'm like,
I did. I was like,
I have the ticket.
but you didn't remember either. You
I
didn't
didn't
remember the
movie either.
But I wanted to make sure. I was like, I hope she didn't take me to no chick flick,
Me? God.
I hope she didn't take me to like no Hallmark type of movie on our first date. But so you're gonna laugh about this one. We went to the East Hartford movies,
I know, it was
which
no-
is no
it was
longer
no longer
there. Like they
there.
tore that down.
Wow.
It was a 12:25 a.m. movie. What were we doing in that movie?
That was a late movie.
Nowadays-
I think we had dinner and then we did, let's just go to the movie.
I hope so, because nowadays we can't even stay up until not even after 9 p.m.
Listen, after our conversations that were like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, that was nothing.
That's
you know?
true. That's true. So this was at 12:25 a.m. on Saturday, February 16th, which is closer to my birthday. That's why I came to
That's what's
surprise
right
you.
after
I came
dinner,
for my
right
birthday.
After Chili's, see?
That's probably what it is. We went right after Chili's. The movies were 8:25. That's not the case nowadays.
No.
And drum roll, please, for the movie we watched. We watched John Q. John Q was the movie we watched that day.
Yes.
On February 16th of 2002 at 12:25 in the morning.
Yes.
Which is actually a great movie, and we actually felt pretty good. We're like, man, we watch a Denzel Washington movie. What better movie than a Denzel Washington movie? And that was literally the first time we went to the movies.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so from that, we kept sending each other letters.
Yes, we did.
And in between all these letters, we kept talking on the phone.
Yeah.
We kept communicating with each other. And that's super important because that's really what kept our long distance relationship going.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Would you say that that was part?
So. I think that's what built our relationship to what it was.
Yeah.
And why it moved so fast.
Yeah.
Because we had really deep conversations. We talked about marriage. Mm-hmm. We talked about children. We talked about family and our culture. We talked about our faith. Those conversations came up in our phone calls, and we talked about what our life looks like and our families and all the important questions that sometimes I was telling him earlier today, like not a lot of couples do.
Well, I think today the problem is that there's the option, an easier option, which is either go on your social media and just like your stuff or text each other, which you can call us old school if you want, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But I'll be really honest, texting is not as deep as you want it to get. And so if you really want to build a relationship, I want to burst some people's bubbles, texting is not it. There's no emotions in it. To be honest with you, really conversations either face-to-face. In our case, we couldn't because we were far apart. But at least 400 miles apart, 12 hours of drive. So being on the phone was the most effective way for us to build a, just to get to know each other.
It was. It was really important for me because I got to know him in such an intimate level, that I don't think I never had that, like we said in our last episode, I was married. I had a child from a previous relationship. And even looking back at that, I never had that dialogue, that these conversations that are so needed, and we didn't even know how important they were, even in a relationship.
Yeah. So I want to share something since I said I was going to be candid. And then we're going to fast forward a little bit. So keep in mind, January we met of 2002. This is now February.
Yeah.
We're going on our first date, first movies, right? February, we go on our first date. And I know I'm actually a little embarrassed to share this. But this is how I knew. Because here's what used to happen to me. I used to date other ladies or other women. And I always had to keep this facade, or I always had to keep this like this thing of me of like that I was cool, calm, collected, and I could just never be my quirky self. I'm very quirky. Those who know me, who are friends, family, you know I'm very quirky. I can be corny. I like to listen to all types of music. I like jazz. I like I like all types of music, instrumental music from like movies, so I could never be that person. I always had to listen to the hip hop, which I do enjoy, and I always had to listen to like all these other type of music that everybody was listening to when I was on a date with someone. Carla was actually the first one who I didn't feel she was judging me or would judge me for me to listen to any type of music. So the first music she probably listened to in my car while we were going on dates, I was listening to probably Beethoven or Enya. Yeah, I was listening to like some new era, just very calming music. Yeah. And she was probably like, what in the world did I get into? But I feel so comfortable. But this is when it really, I felt so good. So we go to her house. We just had our date, and I had to use the bathroom. And so I'm like, I can't make it anywhere else. We're already in her house. I'm like, can I just use your bathroom real quick? So I go to the bathroom, and I know some of you are going to laugh about this because I'm already laughing. And I go in the bathroom, and then I notice that there's no toilet paper. And I was like, oh my God, we're like on our first date, and there's no toilet paper. Like, what in the world is going on here? And so I had to eat some humble pie and be like, Carla? She's like, yes, you've been in the bathroom for way too long. I'm like, there's no toilet paper in here. She's like, oh, okay, I'll put it by the door.
I know. I did that.
We were sharing that story the other day.
Yeah.
And they were like, I think she did it on purpose.
Oh, yeah. You did that on purpose. You keep your toilet paper out of the basket on purpose.
And I was like, oh my God. So when I left her house, I was like, man, she's not going to call me again. This is so embarrassing. I'm always trying to be calm, cool, collected. This is embarrassing. And she still called me back or answer my call when I called her. So I think that was really, I know it sounds funny and quirky and actually in some ways even stupid from my end. But to be honest with those who are watching this video, it was the first time I could be myself. And that I made a mistake about something, or that I was, my stomach was hurting and I was just in this very uncomfortable and very embarrassing place in my life while on a date when you're hoping that everything goes perfect, and it didn't for me. Mm-hmm. And she still answered my call or even call me back. So I think that's important for people to know. And that's really how it started there. And then if we fast forward, so January we started talking.
Yep.
February we went on our first dates. In between all that, we were on the phone. We kept sending each other letters. And then May comes around.
Oh, God.
And
we're jumping all the way to May already?
Yeah, because I think in between that, it was just conversations, right?
No, conversations, and I took a flight.
Oh, you took a flight. She came to... That's so true.
See, you forgot.
Oh, my God. In April, you came to see me. She came down to see me at base.
I did.
At Camp Lejeune. She came for a few days. And we spent wonderful times together. We went to the beach.
I took it. That was an interesting visit.
Why?
That was an interesting visit, but you know, I think our time is up.
We're gonna leave you like It was a very interesting visit. So I think next time we get together, she's gonna get to share with you why it was so interesting. With both pinkies, not just one.
Absolutely.
Look, you can follow us on.
Follow us on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, and you can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and in TikTok.
On the I Take D Ministry.
I Take D Ministry. Search I Take D Ministry, and you will find us.
Subscribe. Share this video with folks you may feel that can benefit from it. We will see you next time. And hey, if you're looking for shirts with our quotes, here they are. Just let us know, message us, and let us know if you want a t-shirt. We can't wait to share what happened
next
when she came to visit me at Camp Lejeune.
I know.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.